Alright everyone, so now we're going to be going over the special features and little special things that we have here on the server.
Fantastic.
Alright.
Alright, so let's start with paintings. Everyone knows that placing paintings is a pain in the ass, because you never get the painting you want, such as this little tiny painting, when obviously we want the large painting.
Here, let me break it and place it again. And that's not the one I wanted either.
Alrighty.
Oh shit. Well,
So-
if you have a stick in your hand,
My handy
Fantastic
dandy
map.
little stick, you can right click, and it scrolls through all of the paintings given the area. Oh look! Not the one I wanted. There we go. Now we have Donkey Kong. Now, if you shift right click with your stick in hand, it will cycle back through. So we want this tiny one again. We go to tiny one. Bam.
And
you
it's
keep
also
going,
worth
and there
noting.
we go.
There's the big one. Switch it back to the tiny one real quick. Although that is the best one, I agree. It's worth noting that if a painting won't fit in the available space, it won't pick that painting. So if you right click, it's only going to go through these single ones.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
So you have to.
if you place it on the 1x2, then it'd only be 1x2 paintings.
Well, no, it could also be 1x1 paintings as well.
So for instance, like
like
this, now it only
anything
cycle
else.
through those two versions. And so that's a little, we'll have a little creeper watching us now. Alright, so that's
Lovely.
that feature. What's next?
Yep. Let's talk about armor stands. Armor stands are a pretty neat new feature they added in 1.8. But after peeking around in the code, I saw that it was possible to move the arms, to remove the base plate, to make them bigger, smaller, and said, why can't we do that in the game? Because there's no way to legitimately do that without doing command blocks. So we wanted to have a little fun with it and put in a feature that lets you customize them at will.
So first one, if you have a fence post and you right click on an armor stand,
Like so,
which our lovely assistant will
it
show.
adds arms.
It adds arms.
Arms for the armor stand.
Now, one nice thing about having arms is that you can give it items to hold now. So, for example, if you had a golden sword in your hand and you or hoe, that works too. You can now add
Staying classy, you know.
Yeah, classy, naturally. It now adds a hoe to it, so it can hold items as well. So it can hold your favorite sword or your favorite hoe, as it were.
So if you're wanting to get into the immersion factor of the game, you can have all your cool ass armor, lined up on your wall and on armor stands, looking all nice.
Exactly. Now you can turn arms off. This is a little feature that if someone does store things, if you turn arms off, with it, you'll just have a ghost item. You can't retrieve the item until you actually turn the arms back on, so you won't be able to get the hoe back until you turn the arms on. That's a little quirk, but easily got around. Another thing you might want to demonstrate is the base plate. If you decide you don't want your armor on a base plate, you right click it with a stone slab,
and get rid of
and the base plate goes away. And the same way.
Cool integration as well with our selfie command. You can have your armor stands actually have people's heads.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So what's next?
Okay. So you can also move. There's 6 positions on an armor stand that can move: the head, the torso, left, right arm, and left, right leg. So that's 6 positions. Now, in order to do this, we use sticks and arrows. If you put different quantities of sticks and arrows in your left hand, basically, if you put 1 stick, you can turn the head in one direction, and if you use one arrow, it basically reverses that. So sticks to go one direction, arrows to go back. You just need the same quantity. Yep. So it's in groups of 3. So 1, 2, and 3 are going to be for the head, and it moves to different directions, X, Y, and Z. So you can play around with those. 4, 5, and 6, I think, are for the torso.
So want to make some weird ass. There we go. Perfect.
Yeah,
wait, let's rotate
That's
it.
Natural. Yeah,
rotate
it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect.
I can't imagine why everyone wouldn't want a reinforced breastplate.
Yes.
Actually, that's exactly what that is. Actually, we've created
we're gonna have a chart up, probably on the screen right about now, to have a full list of how many arrows and how many sticks makes what rotate, and because we're not gonna lie, it's a little bit complicated because there's just not really an easy way to do it in game.
No.
Yep.
No, there's 18 different motions you can do, and rather than have 18 different commands, we figured this was the easiest way. Another thing worth noting too, if you have a stack of sticks or arrows in your hand, a full stack, if you right click it, it will reset it to somewhat normal proportions.
He's
and
very rigid now compared to
yes, very rigid.
what the
Yes.
default stand is.
If you want the default stand, just break it and replace it, and it will go back to what it was. And there's also one more feature.
There are
that's
2 more features, but
well, 2 more technically. It's sort of a reversal. Well,
now
if
I'm
you
wearing
want-
pants.
Oh dear.
alrighty,
So-
so
One of the features of armor stands is that you can make them smaller and larger. Well, not larger, but back to
smaller normal
So,
size.
smaller normal size, I suppose, used to say. So if you want to shrink an armor stand, you name a potion or water bottle as custom name. Drink me in this case,
As you see right
and
here.
you right click on the armor stand with it,
And it's the
and it will
tiny
consume
one.
it and shrink it, and you can still do the same things. You can still move the legs around and still use it just like you would a regular armor stand, but now it's little, and of
Jumper
course
put
things
on
that
your
are
head.
little
Yes.
are cuter. So yeah, so you have a little version of yourself running around. You can turn the base plate off if you want it to look normal. You can make it look like it's walking. Whatever you want to do, the possibilities are endless.
And now, if you're
Oh.
lame and you want it to be normal size again, because I don't like small things, then you use a cake custom named Eat Me, and right click with it, and it will consume it and bring back normal.
Yep. And bonus points if you get what that is referencing.
Yes.
So anyway, that's how armor stands work. People could look at that and say, well, it's not legit, but it doesn't really break the game and let you have a lot of fun with it. So yeah,
It
I
adds
think
more
it's-
freedom and players to have more fun with creative options. So
Exactly. Same thing with the paintings. I mean, you could break and replace a painting 30 times to get the painting you want, but to me, that doesn't really add anything to the game. It's
Yep.
just a convenience thing to make decorating your home easier. So, all right. I guess we should talk about drag and drops now.
yes.
Yeah.
With this
Because our
abomination.
server, we're not planning on restarting it at any point in any kind of future situation unless we absolutely have to. We want things to not be as limited as what Minecraft would normally have them be, because, for example, the dragon egg. There's only one dragon egg in the entire server normally, because that's the one that spawns when the dragon dies. Or the dragon head, you have to go and find one of the ships, and like one of the ender ships, and then you go through it and you're able to get the head off of the front. But even those are a limited resource. There's a finite number of them that can spawn in the world, and if there's a finite number of heads, there's a finite number of wings, like what I'm wearing right now actually, because you get one per ship that you go to. So we added those now as drops you're able to get from the ender dragon, on a fairly small chance. It's going to take a lot of work to still get them, but you're now able to farm for them. So the way that works, I'm going to let Craig explain since he wrote it.
Well, it's basically when you kill the dragon. Of course, if you're familiar with the mechanic on 1.9, you can resummon the dragon using ender crystals. When you kill the dragon, it has a certain chance to drop one of 3 items, because normally the dragon won't drop anything other than experience. It will either drop a set of wings on a chance, dragon head, or the dragon egg. The dragon egg is the rarest. The next rarest is the dragon head, and the more common one is the elytra. Elytra, is that how you pronounce it? I'm not sure. But
Doesn't
the wings.
even
The wings.
matter. The wings.
Yeah.
These things
Yeah.
right here.
Those things. So the dragon isn't necessarily easy to kill or summon, so you will have to do a bit of grinding to get it. But it lets everyone. I mean, the wings are really really fun, and they break fairly easily if you don't have mending. So we didn't want people just have a few players on the server to be able to have those, or one person go in and explore, around and get them all. So we made it possible to reproduce them.
Yep.
Yep.
And I think that extends...
Just for an idea of rates on that, it's something like a 1
Well-
in 20 chance of getting an egg. something like
Yeah,
that.
the rates the rates are 1 in 20 for 1 in 20 chance of getting a dragon egg, 1 in 10 for a dragon head, 1 in 5 for the wings, and don't feel left out if you miss one of those drops. You'll probably get some extra XP from the dragon.
Yeah.
So
yeah, so that being said, like, our clan has gone and we farmed it, and we already have a dragon head and egg, although we were extremely lucky because, as lots of people who play anything with RNG will tell you, 1 in 20 chance doesn't mean you're doing it 20 times. It means you're doing it about 40 times before the thing
Right.
drops. So,
Right.
yeah, we were extremely lucky with that. But
Yeah, so
Funny,
overall,
mine dropped an egg too the first time.
yeah,
so overall, I think
but,
that is what I think all of the custom commands for
Yep,
the server.
Custom features.
all we have
Yeah,
currently.
custom features.
Yeah.
And
But we're adding things all the time.
yes.
Yep. Yeah. So,
yeah.
when new things get added, there'll be an amendment to this, or we'll remake this video. But keep your eyes peeled for new things on the server all the time. Other than that, I think that's it for us in this video.
Yep. So thank you for watching. If you have any other questions, we are pretty much always on, majority of the time. So you'll see either Craig, Gimper, or I on. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and don't be afraid, and we'll be here to happily answer your questions. Yep.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.